Welcome to the preview video. This amazing mid-century modern auction we have going on is the Kevin Lane estate. Kevin was from here, lived in Palm Springs, had a shop out there, was a collector, was a historic conservationist, lover of the arts, and also a commissioner of arts being done. And I need your help on a couple of different things, including this pair of chairs we'll start the video off with. They're absolutely incredible, but we have no idea who made them. You can tell they were obviously made by a craftsperson. These bases are really quite amazing. You can see it's just a single X rod in the bottom, and they're as sturdy as they can be. Even if we don't know who made them, they're amazing, but if we know who made them, even better. Speaking of who made things, we have a lot of gamey ceramics. A really nice collection, all in this orange or tones thereof. We'll point out the chalice form he's in a little bit, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pieces or so. Great stuff. And they're sitting on, as well as pans the room and shows the other pieces. We'll get to those as well through the building real quick. They're sitting on an Alvar Aalto designed table made by Artec. There are several Alvar Aalto pieces in the auction. I'll point those out as we go through. And this is just a really solid, beautiful table, as Alvar's pieces all are. Also sitting on the desk, on the table, is this pair of lucite column lamps. They look much more impressive in person than they do in the pictures. They kind of blend into a single unit, but it's chrome and lucite, and they're made by, there's a label on one of them. Here's the other pair. I can't read those out, but they're California, LA designed. So we can get you the label right there. But great pair of lamps. Something else is getting a lot of attention early is the Vitso shelving pieces. See if I can pull one of these out. Yeah, there's 12 of the 24-inch and 12 of the 36-inch shelves. There are also pieces that go with it. Unfortunately, we were not there when the shop was taken apart. The shelves were taken down. So some of these pieces in the back go with it, but they're all selling with it because we don't have anything else to sell them with. There is a lot of Nemo lamps in this auction, including brand new Charlotte Perry amp. And here's the panels. I'll show you a completed lamp up front, but this is all Charlotte Perry amp. There's Artec lamps, Nemo, and then there's vintage pieces as well. Can you get a good look at these? The pair and the single Laurel mushroom lamps. These have been some of my favorite lamps for longer than the videographer has been alive. I remember buying one of these in a flea market in Oklahoma on the way to an antique show, like $8, close to 25, 30 years ago. Sold it immediately for $110 to a guy who was visiting his family from New York, and he thought he got a screaming deal. I made $100 in hours. I was thrilled. Now you can't even find them anymore. To find a pair and a single, all with the original shades, is great. They're sitting on Montana furniture cubes made by Lawson. This is 8 cubes, 2x4. That we have 2x2 blocks. We have drawers. We have separate shelving sets. There are extra shelves. These slide in. Oh, that's actually doors of some sort. And there are more brackets to put in these shelves. I'll show you the white ones here in just a second. Like I said, you had a great shop, a lot of custom shelving in this auction from that shop. These are just really interesting blocks, different sizes, and floating shelves. You can make all kinds of interesting displays. If you have a shop or a flea market booth, they're fantastic because you can set them up how you need them with the pieces that you have to sell. You can make them shallow, tall. You can use these like a solid looking block. You can turn it this way and put pieces inside and around it. Just really great, versatile shelving unit. Right here in front is the first piece of the Richard Schultz patio furniture. And this is a pedal table, one of my favorite tables ever made. There's no wood tops to it, but those can be replaced, or you just get a nice big piece of marble. And we'll talk more about the rest of that patio set in just a second. But let me tell you, we have a lot of wonderful original art in this auction. Most were bought directly from the galleries that represented these artists or from the artists themselves. And this piece is a commission piece. It was made by Jim Iserman, who is shown in museums and in galleries around the world. And this, the commissioner, whoever this piece made, had this collection of swirl pottery. There's Nilo, desert sands, there's some Florida pots. I think there's 81 or 82 pieces, depending upon how you count it, that are all in this. It's called clock because it actually has a clock as well. There are 2 4x8 sheets of panel that have these blocks attached, and then these pieces all fit perfectly, you know, displayed in this. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a really impressive statement piece in your collection, this is something to really think about. You have to have the space, you have to have it installed. We have it just tacked in the top so it's not going to go anywhere, but these should free hang. They were screwed into the wall. There's holes all the way through it. You look at the pictures. But let me tell you, it's just an amazing thing. Just the pottery's worth a few $1,000s with 80 pieces at $30 a piece. That's $2,400. But overall, it's just such an impressive thing. And y'all know me. I'm a pretty good-sized fella, and it's dwarfing me because it's such a large piece. All right, let's move on to the Richard Schultz patio set. Such an iconic design. You see this set in great outdoor California images. We have a couple of chaise lounges, lounge chairs, coffee tables, table and 4 chairs. This is a set that he used and loved, and so there is definitely wear to it. Like on the chaise lounges, there's a lot of bolts that are just gone, need some attention here and there, but it's just such an iconic patio set, and to find this much of it at one time, it's just hard to find anymore. And the other thing that's cool, I didn't realize how big these were until William opened them up and said, Dad, we gotta look when these went up in the gallery, they're big. I said, all right, whatever. And this thing is just flipping cool, isn't it? This big umbrella, there's 4 of them. They have plastic bags over them. The plastic bags are a little bit damaged.
Trashed.
They're kind of trashed, as Will just said. But they're so big, it's so fun, and I love the color. Such a great, I know it's gonna be bitterly cold this weekend if you watch this when you first post it, but spring is literally weeks away at this point, and what can make you feel better than going out to this beautiful yellow and white, fresh, sunshiny umbrellas in the backyard. More custom shelving for his shop. These are wonderful. They have brackets on the back that you can hang them. Well, these are only hanging one way, so these actually would hang this direction to have the wings up. There are 3 different sizes, and you can see on this size, and on several of them, the mounting brackets in the back, you can hang it either with the wings up or the wings down. Again, custom shelving, all made for his shop. You can hang these, you can use these for risers on, putting on a table or something like that. But just really, really good, ready to use. Again, put them how you need them or want them and be good to go. Another set of shelving from his shop, he found these old display cabinets, china cabinet tops. And he had those mounted on the wall. There's 3 of those, and those are selling as a set. You can stack them upright, have a tall, slender cabinet. You can mount them on the wall individually. You can do something like this. You can put them right next to each other and make like a buffet. If you want a nice display case on top, and then you have the glass door displays on the bottom. Again, perfect for your shop, for your collection. And this is a small enough grouping that you can put this in your home easily or with other pieces. We'll kind of skim through here, some artwork there. I love the Irv Hirsch color piece back there. It kind of reminds me of Mark Rothko, with just the layers of sun and orange and things like that. The pair of headboards here, 90% sure they're Knoll. There's no labels or marks on them, but again, just a classic, sleek, white and walnut look to it. Design, feels like I'm name dropping, just a name drop, but everything in this auction is great. Dining table by Van Keppel Green, made by Brown Saltman. Needs a bit of work. Look at the listing on that. You can see exactly what needs to be done. But this is the first piece of Van Kessel green that I've had ever. Just a wonderful, wonderful piece. Love the pair of Sputnik lamps here with the little rhinestone type work around the sides of them. And again, to have a pair, he loved lighting, loved artwork. And this is great setup here. Kind of an awkward piece because it's on wheels and we need to fill up the tires. Is this Butcher Block on wheels? Saunders, I believe, is the designer name on this one. These are on first dibs for $5,000, $5,500. This one's, it's been used. This is in his kitchen. He used this every day. He had plants sitting on it. He used it to cook dinner on, right? So it was a used piece. He didn't buy it, just put it in a corner and look at it. He bought it if he wanted it. He used it, and that's another great example of that. Corbusier Demo Edition. So start talking about some of the artwork. First, talk about the Sister Carita Kent. Such a strong, important woman in pop art. We have, I believe, a dozen pieces signed by her in this auction. There's one or two over here that are not signed. But this one, follow me this way, Will. I want to grab this off the wall real quick because I just think it's a fun thing. This one is not signed, but the back has a note on it. It was given as a gift in the 60s, so it's not signed, but it's a good early printing of her work that he put in his collection. So again, there's about a dozen. You'll see those as we walk through because we had to hang them throughout the gallery because there's so much in this auction and so much big furniture. We didn't have all of our regular wall space to use. Right here, this pair, another need your help on. This pair of club chairs, made anywhere from the 60s to the 80s. We're not 100% sure. We have found one sofa that looks like it's an identically made, identically proportioned piece, but they didn't know who made it either. These are just really great, quality looking, well made. They're stamp made in Japan. Again, we have no idea who made them, but they're just wonderful looking chairs. Let's jump back to Gainey Ceramics. The best piece in their collection is this chalice form planter. And again, you can see it's a good size. Love the angles on it, love the step up. Just really fun piece. Sitting on a Glen of California rosewood nightstand. Again, everything we have found going through this collection, if we think it's cool, it's because it's cool. That's what other things are made to look like later on. And these pieces are all part of that. Donald Desky andirons, pretty cool pieces. And then there's a couple of antiques here and there, like a really good early grain painted trunk. Beautiful color, beautiful condition. Unfortunately, we can't talk to Kevin, but I'm sure he just liked it at some point and thought it was a great thing to add to his collection. This table here looks like a Kartell table, but the legs are metal, and it's no markings on it. It looks like a Kartell table. It is definitely not, but it is of that vein. Here's the other set of Montana shells. The white ones, there's 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, here are extra shelf brackets. We'll divvy these up between the 2 sets. And here's extra white shelves. You can see they're slotted on the sides, made in Denmark. And you put the brackets in like this. There's holes for the brackets. You slide these in along there. Just really versatile. Cube them up, stack them up. You can put them in different rooms in your house. Again, more display, more great pieces. The bar stools are, of course, very popular. Again, no marks, labels, but they're Charlotte Perriand, made, originally designed for a ski lodge. Set of 4 is so hard to find in anything like this. Beautiful leather, beautiful chrome. Just a really neat set of chairs or bar stools. And again, another Alvar Aalto piece is the tambour room divider screen. You guys know what this stuff is and how hard it is to find a piece here and there. We're just thrilled and excited to have a whole collection of it. Let's go to the shelves behind you, Will, and I'll talk about the mirror and these things on the way up. Just a little teaser. That mirror was a, oh my goodness moment where you found out what that was all about. These shelves, they still sell similar shelves at IKEA today, but these are not new. These are probably from the 70s or 80s. And as weird as this might be to most people, vintage IKEA pieces are really popular in the marketplace right now. And these are early pieces. They have the original pins here for the shelves. There are 3 of the wide uprights with the regular shelves. There are 3 narrower uprights with no shelves. So you can create them. I think you'll probably use new ones and get pins. But these are newer cross brackets for the back to stabilize it. You can see coming through here, well, if you look past these really great books, this is just screwed to the 2 uprights, and then there are the uprights for each of these sets of shelves. So really solid. You can see we have books, shelves full of books, and lighting on here, and it's as sturdy as it can be. Love the great chrome planters. Nice big size up there, and really wonderful pieces. Let's talk about the best piece of furniture in the auction as far as I'm concerned. Is this amazing rosewood pall
It's in the top left, other side.
Oh, well. Yeah, I can't read that with my glasses on anyway, but beautiful, beautiful piece. The fun part about this whole project is Kevin moved back to Kansas City and passed away shortly thereafter. Most everything we got involved with it was disassembled in a warehouse in the caves here in Kansas City. So the uprights were wrapped together, the shelves were wrapped together, the hardware was in 3 different bags, the cabinets were stacked up, and so we had to bring it here and figure out, based on generic pictures of what these look like, how this should work. And it took William and I about 2.5 hours from start to finish one Saturday. Absolutely worth it. Beautiful, beautiful piece. Early, what I've understood is that the legs on these have gotten much beefier as they went through production, which makes sense. These look like little hockey skate blades on there. They're a little more substantial than that, but just a beautiful, beautiful piece. We left it like this to show that you could use it as a desk. If you want to put a laptop there, but there's another shelf that you could easily move here to continue that line across. But we just decided to show it as a desk. To again, show that you can use this daily. And again, it's not attached to anything. It's just sitting on its own, and it is as solid and as sturdy as it can be. But we've had this full of Blanco and pottery and books for the pictures. And we just had to take everything off to take the clean pictures of it. Here are a couple more Sister Karita Kents. An original Jim Iserman drawing, graphite pencil, and maybe ink. And we'll talk more about Iserman upstairs. We already talked about the big commission piece, but this here is pretty great. Immediately to William's right, as I'm looking past him, is one of the 2 Nelson clocks. Unfortunately, neither one of them have the weights or the pendulum. Nowhere to be found. Somehow they got separated. Those things will be found and replaced, but that's the grandfather clock in the series there. This is a Laurel Saturn globe lamp. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And this here, we step up here next to it. This mirror was a gasp moment. And William and Amy hate when I gasp because they always assume the worst, and sometimes it is, but sometimes it's because of the best. This is a Lalique mirror. Rinceau is the style, is the name of the mirror, designed by Mark Lalique, and it is signed in one of the corners. These pictures are showing that clearly. This retails for about $24,000 today, folks. Extremely, just a great, great piece, all original. The hardware on the back, the mounting on the back is super, super stable and strong. This mirror is as heavy as a lot of furniture in the auction, so don't come in expecting to just pick it up and go. I mean, you can do it, but you've got to be prepared for it. Again, how often do you get a chance to buy a piece of Lalique furniture? And that's what this really is, a Lalique mirror. So we're just done with the bottom half of the auction. Let's head upstairs where it's just as full. Folks, it's just such a fun auction, and everything we did, everything we looked through has just been amazing. Again, I need some of your help here. This piece of studio pottery and that set down there are all marked, but I don't recognize the artist. I have not been able to get a Google image search on him. If you know, please post a comment below or drop me a direct message telling me, hey, Jason, this is by whoever it is, and we'd love to have that information. Excuse me. Aldo Londi for Bertoia. We got a couple owls here and more pieces by him we'll go through as we see. He loved Michael Lax for some reason, which is a design you don't hear very much of. And this piece here is the Afghan style pattern, and this is just, I think it's called Lines. And then there's a bunch more by him as well. These are both Michael Lax designs. But other than the Michael Lax pieces include, oh, almost hit me with the camera there, son. This is a Michael Lax design, this pewter teapot. There's on the table back there a huge set of Capri by him that's just really cool. We'll get to that in just a second. Other things. Oh, Bennington Pottery. He loved David Gill design pieces by Bennington Pottery. All these tiles are Bennington. Obviously, he loved Blanco. Several sets of bookends of the half moons, ice block, and I love this pair here because A, they're stout. They have the raised dimples, but they also have the original Blanco stickers, the retail store stickers, another Blanco. I mean, it's just everywhere you look, there is no doubt that those are Blanco. Also have this really cool, set that there on the bracket because they are heavy. The Curtis Juret ice block is really cool. Love the Nagel stacking chrome candlesticks. There's 7 sticks in 3 boxes, pretty cool. This is another fun thing. I didn't look at this closely. I just thought, oh, that's a fun bowl. It's, you know, some don't like that a lot. Then you look at the bottom. It's an Alessi piece designed by Ettore Satsas. It's a limited edition. Kevin just had amazing, amazing taste. Here's another piece we need your help with, folks. This here, I'm not going to grab it because I'm a little past my height. No markings on her at all. It looks like Takahashi. It looks like some other things. We cannot figure out exactly who made her. Just a wonderful, wonderful piece. Can't take another step without running to Alvar Aalto in this building. A little red dinette set of 4 chairs. Again, just a beautiful set, classic design. Moving to the showcase here. The glassware is designed by Michael Lax, I believe. This is fun. The Memphis School tool set. Sori Yanagi, I believe, is the designer on those. The blue line is not marked. Looks like Bertoia, looks like Italian. It is definitely not that, but it's just a really fun form. Really dig this Italian brass planter, weed vase almost, with just the single column in the center and the hole in the side's a lot of fun. Stelton in here, brutalist pieces in here, finished candelabra. The big amethyst is Empoli, Italian. This is Home Guard. The big green vase there is Home Guard. Dig this piece. This is Paul Mayan for Habitat. And you can see it has 3, we have 1 on, just those 2 are all 3 of them on. And it's actually throwing off a bit of warmth. I want to turn it off because it is warm. I won't leave it on all the time, but it might be not a bad little space heater if you're in the Midwest this winter and as cold as it's going to be. And then we have more of the Nemo brand lamps. This is the Corbusier version. I'll have the labels on them. They're all brand new or nearly new, or some he used, some he didn't, but really just, they're so cool. We'll point out a few more during the auction here. The only macrame piece, I don't know why I like this one in particular, although it's one of the better ones we've ever seen with the different color wooden accessories in it, the brass rings, but still pretty cool. A couple of Beams chairs. Yes, you just kind of don't go any further left. Damage there, but still cool. Great lamp. All right. Barbara, let me grab the book real quick while we're talking about this. I got the one right there. And this. So Barbara Stoffacher Solomon, or Barbara Solomon, died last year. But while she was still around, Kevin had her produce 5 super signs that he had in his store. And these are those 5. This is the information that he had with them. And we got a lot of information from that, of course. You know, she was Sea Ranch, designed that or decorated that. Barbara was such an important artist in this time frame from Palm Springs. There are books signed by her that are included with each one of these, and then lots of them afterwards. Really cool. 48 by 48 inches. There's 5 of these all together. A little chip here and there, but overall they're in really excellent condition. These are made to be used indoors or out, and made to be displayed any orientation you want. You can do them squared, you can do them diagonally, whichever way you want them oriented, you can. You can turn them. I'm not going to manhandle them because I'm concerned about chipping them, obviously. But you can, they all have the mounting holes in the corners. And again, super cool. Very few have ever come on the market. And this is an opportunity to buy iconic artwork for your collection at a price that you decide is appropriate. And then we have really cool things like this pure cardan. I mean, it's just super 80s, super bold, super colorful. It's like if Don Johnson liked solid colors as opposed to pastels. It just has that great look and feel to it. On the gallery wall here, we have more Sister Karita Kent pieces. We also have a bunch of posters. We've not taken these out of the frames to see exactly how old they are, but they're good looking posters. Probably I'm going to say 80s, 90s era reproduction. Some of them are actually just made now. But really fun pieces. More great lighting. Medieval piece in the back, but this is Italian, Goffredo, I forget the last name. But again, another iconic design, the 3 trumpets, just super cool. Obviously working all the way. Another showcase full, and watch yourself right there, will you? Right at the end. Let me stop on the other side of this. Bjorn Vindblad, we have Aldo Forbertosi, we have Holmgard, we have Jura, Blanco, Fox, Alessi, Takahashi, Bennington. Again, there's so much good stuff in this auction, folks. We ran out of room on the card with the camera, so we're going to talk about this showcase again, even if I already just did. We have really great Holmgard, Jura, Blanco, Fox, Alessi, Batosi, Raymore, Bjorn Vindblad, Takahashi, studio pottery that we don't know who did it, but they're just great. Look at that little, like, almost like orange peel kind of glaze on there, like burlap, just really fun. Again, we need your help on a couple of studio pottery pieces. Can't figure out who made them. They could be great deals for you guys if you know, but we'd really appreciate it if you could let us know if you do. Just really appreciate that. These are cool. So we're going to do these. They're pull-down screens in the Brenner Panton style. Really just fun. Speaking of Brenner Panton, right there in front of me, William, that blue lamp, that's a Brenner Panton Panto lamp. And there's 2 of them in the auction, one blue and one orange. Again, more of the new Nemo product. And a little Ad Vader. Fun photography. Yes, there's a few really neat photographs in the auction. Bad Vader is definitely one of them.
Sad Vader.
Sad Vader. Is that what it is?
Yes.
I thought it was Bad Vader.
No.
Oh well. It's Vader.
Well, it's actually untitled Sad Vader.
Yeah, if you look online, they're all the same though. This piece up top here is really fun. It's Demi, I forget her name at this time. She studied at the college with Sister Karita Kent. She's gone on to have her own career, a book author and illustrator. Again, this is an early work of hers. Important woman, really fascinating life. I spent some time going down the Wikipedia rabbit hole on her. She married a healer of some sort, just really interesting pieces going on. I'm not going to go behind the showcase because it's absolutely jam-packed full of works of pieces from his placeware store. So we got the Toyo toolboxes, the Play Sam Rocky Rabbits. These are all brand new in boxes, folks. Good clocks that were selling in mass, in quantity. But against the back wall, well, it is one of my more fun pieces in the auction, the V3 Murano glass pencil lamp. You see quite a few of those online, but that one is just a little bit more proportionally correct. It has more length to it than some. The pair of candelabra next to them, Max Ingrid for Fontana Art. We can't find any for sale. We can't find any that have sold, but I know that they're ridiculously expensive when they do come up. And just a really wonderful piece. Oh, far right over there, the blue lamp. Early in the video, the Charlotte Perriand Pivotante lamp. That's what they look like put together. And those boxes are full of them downstairs. Here's a really fun bubble mirror that is an old Turner accessories piece. So it's from the 60s or 70s. A lot of good flatware. But we want you to go this way, and I'll stand back here. So we've already talked about Jim Iserman's installation piece downstairs. We talked about one of his drawings already. We'll talk about more. We have a couple more. We're going to finish the video on kind of one of the most iconic pieces in the auction, on the Jim Iserman piece. But Jim and Kevin had a partnership. Jim sold pieces of Jim's in his shop. And these were leftover inventory, and we're selling them by the tray. And these were, I think, $125 a piece retail, this size here. So all of this size, all of this pattern, all of these are selling en masse. So if you're a dealer, if you're a decorator, these would be fun to put on a big wall as an installation. Great decorative pieces. Just a really fun group of stuff. And again, more of that brand new merchandise from the Placeware stores. And you can see these are made, Jim Iserman for Placewares. These are made in Sweden, I believe. Yeah, made in Sweden. Pressed birch, good quality, real wood trays, not plastic, not anything like that. There's also some of those amateur art pieces, but again, towards the end of the auction, it's 530 lots, give or take. There is a lot of this new material that is being sold in quantity. Speaking of iconic images, the Julius Shulman image of the Kaufman House. This is not an original printing, but it's a printing by Julius, signed by Julius. Again, he was one of the iconic photographers, architectural photographers in California. And this is one of his pieces signed. Has a little bit of condition issues. It got wet at some point. Could be conserved easily enough. Milo Bowman or Boffman mirror frame. The mirror is broken, but that's exactly what that is. More good pieces along the way. The dividers, the organizers are fun. Shelves full here. What kind of do we do in the other showcase? We have everything from Dansk Castle candelabras. Need a little hand there, Will. I love this piece. Oh, where's the card? Oh, it's taped on the back. I forgot who did that off the top of my head. Louis Bourgeot card, and which is a fun piece there. Italia, Studio Pottery, Nambe. Fun pieces here. Alessi corkscrew, which I'm sure people using them this weekend was cold. Love the Philip Stark juicer. I'm going to put it up there so they can be seen from across the room, because they're so graphic. You can immediately see, when you see them across the room, like, oh, that's a Stark piece. Lucite, Limoges. A couple of really great sets of china in this auction. Love this set here of George Biard. Love the colors, the pattern, and it looks like it was never used. Just a beautiful set. We're selling the glassware separate from the china, because of the other set is different makers. Watch your step. Takahashi again, Finland, Raymore, unusual candlestick there. Roe Dalton, glassware is pretty unusual. All right, here to your left, William, a couple of Danish pottery lamps from the 60s. Are really wonderful. They are sitting on a pair of Henredon Scene 2 end tables. And everybody knows how hard it is to find good-looking end tables. To find pairs of them in Burl is great. We have two pair of them. And again, just really wonderful pieces and more lighting. Let's talk about what we got here. These are probably German. They have the fat lava glaze on them, is what a lot of people refer to that as. That really, but it's great. Turquoise and chocolate brown and cream colors are wonderful. Sitting also on the tables is this pair of Mexican folk pottery candelabra lamps. These both have damage. They're really decorative. They look great, but don't expect them to be perfect. Also have Robert Sonneman lamps. Everything I talk to is just, I feel like I said, it's like a name dropping like crazy, but it's all true. It's true. It's true, as in Blazing Saddles. Also, like the lucite chair, I'm forgetting the designer on that real quick. Lucite chair is really fun. It's a designer piece from the 90s. Really dig the lucite columned champagne bucket holders. The steel is separate and just sits in there. Be great for plants. Be great for obviously champagne. Make them little lights. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. A pair of Italian floor lamps with the marble bases are great. This Italian, sorry, I got ahead of William there. I got to slow down. So I've been told repeatedly I got to slow down for this. This is an Italian brutalist. I forget the designer name on that. Like the Benchon piece painting from McCarthy is an painting. Poster. Getting confused. Photography. I love this Alex Tischler, I think is the name. He shot this series through a screen to give it that. He focused on the screen like a window screen. So what you're looking at is blurry, but it really looks like a pixelated image now that you'd see with digital work, right? But he did this, and then some of the images he did in this series the screens were wet, some of them were drawn. Really changes the look. Has an original label on the back from a 20 by 200 showing. I forget the gallery, but it's all in the listing. Photography is a really interesting group in this auction. Really love I believe it's Carl Helt 1960s, 70s oil painting here is really fun. Good size, great colors, great movement, just a wonderful piece of artwork. Moving on to the right, another Alexander Girard poster. We'll just kind of briefly skim over the 1960s NSFW pictures there. We're making very little attention to those. You all know what you're looking at. You're all adults. Let's step over here. I'm going to grab this chair. What's right there, William? There's a pair of the Vico Magistrati chairs here next to the looks table. We have two of these Kartell dining tables. This is the larger of the two. It's called the floor table, I believe. All four legs are turned 90 degrees from the one before it. Very distinctive table. I mentioned Michael Wax. Feels like a day ago in this video. Again, there's so much to talk about. This is such a great set. Love the colors. Love the combination of the good walnut teak wood with the creamy white pottery. It's Capri is the style. We have the nice pedestal, footed bowl, covered boxes. The pair of candelabra. There is some damage, like there's some damage here on the wood, and I think one of these candlesticks has a crack. Yeah, this candlestick here has a crack. But it's a great set. Never seen, I think I've seen one of these pieces before over in my last 30 plus years in this business. Just a great collection. Again, selling as a collection because it's been together for a long time. We didn't want to break it up now. A set of 4 and we had to cut again because the camera's getting hot, the cards are getting full, and we just got so much to talk about. But we're back, baby. We got a set of 4 Burke armchairs, nice condition, good color. A lot of textiles in this auction as well. There's Marimekko, there is Alexander Girard, there is, Amy, who made the covers?
Oh.
As soon as I started talking, I was like...
Let me find that. I'll get back to you. I just totally forgot.
There's Vera pieces. There are vintage camp blankets. There's yardage. This Marimekko right here, this black and white, 16 inches wide, I believe. It's a big size. 15 yards. I believe you can do an entire couch with that. Good solid. This is a little lighter weight, much more subtle with the gray and white. Again, it's Marimekko. There's 11 yards total there. Little round table here, the nice little knoll piece. Perfect little contemporary side, classic form, classic table. And Amy has the info for me. This is
Anita Askild, it's the caravan pattern.
for the
Larson.
Jacqueline or Larson, right? Yeah. There's a 8 or 9
There's 9.
9 seat covers. So it's basically a double panel right here. Killer original fabric, that velour velvet feel to it. More seating, set of 4 Bertoia chrome with the seat cushions on is really great. Another one of the it's a Kartell dining table, I believe. More Alvar Aalto Artec pieces, stools, different sizes. We have stuff on a big rack over here. If you like Heller and you like yellow or orange, but specifically yellow, look at this big set. I think this is what he used every day. Just a lot of great pieces. Going all the way to the top is a pair of the Missoni for Home Target stools. It's kind of funny selling Target pieces, but they didn't make a lot of them, and they're kind of scarce now. More textiles. This bottom shelf is really quite full. Also have these really fun Japanese fishing floats. These are the bigger sizes. There's 5 this big size. There's one kind of fun one right there. But really cool group of stuff here. Really like the Killam pillows. Those are a lot of fun. All right, so we're kind of getting towards the end. A couple of great pieces here. Another custom-made piece of furniture here. Again, if you could help us out, who made it, it'd be fantastic to know. On the bottom shelf is Tapio Workala dinnerware by Rosenthal. Don't see it very often. Beautiful pattern, great color, very simple, beautifully just designed and marked. And again, a nice size set ready to be used. Love the Laurel Square Cube lamp. These are fun. These like Memphis style candelabra or candlesticks. Alexander Girard framed pillow. This is a contemporary piece here, really great 60s look and feel to it though. It just has a really nice appearance and feel to it. One of the more important pieces again, another Jim Iserman piece here. This is an original, very well known for this type of work, and it's a great size, great color combination. Photography, a Parisinger style lamp. In the case there past the rack, there's some housewares, some Kalmar stainless steel. The chess set's fun. It's Carl Abach. Nice complete chess set. More of the brand new housewares from the shop. Go to Lessie pieces, nice knives, objects like that. Some more lighting. Love this Lightolier globe. Really love this pair of lights. We're going to turn this way a little bit so we can get both of them in one shot, hopefully. These are glass rods. You can hear it clinking to each other. There is one rod missing somewhere. I don't see it at the moment, but you certainly don't notice it when they're hanging. And a really nice pair. Nice classic kind of your finished style candelabra here too. Hanging chandelier candelabra in the center. Very, very cool. To William's immediate right as I slide this back out of my way, so I'm really breaking that. Set of 5 Timo Sarpaneva Italia candlesticks. Nice to find little groups of those. In this case is another Jim Iserman piece. I'll go ahead and pull it out. Again, not marked, but see the piece right there with the book. And you can see that he did this type of work. And these are larger cubes, just like that one that he made. And then the last piece we're going to talk about is right over here above Amy. It's the Jim Iserman Untitled Flower Painting. This piece specifically was exhibited in the Jim Iserman Copy Pattern Repeat Show, Palm Springs Art Museum, January 25th to September 27th, 2020. Of course, we all know what happened then. They were up until March, and then it was shut down. California had the worst of it, as far as shutdowns were concerned, I believe. But not only is this a brochure for the event, and there is that piece. Also, this kind of fun brochure doubled as a poster. Now, there's the only one of these we have. It is going to be included with the instrument painting, along with a little bio from the show as well. But just a wonderful, wonderful piece. 1986, I believe, is when that was painted. So it's already 40 years old, which is crazy to think about. But it's 40 years old. And 20 years ago this was done, and then shown 6 years ago at the show. Folks, this is the best, by far the best mid-century contemporary art auction we've ever had here at the Casey Auction Appraisal Company. Share with your friends. Look through the entire catalog. I know there are things we missed. There's going to be sleepers and deals in this catalog. Take a few minutes, go through the whole thing. Share with your friends. Otherwise, have a great day. If you have assets like this you're looking to sell, please reach out to us. Otherwise, have a great day. Good luck on the auction, and we'll see you at pickup.